What's going on, everybody? Welcome down here to episode 2 of the DJs Guru live stream here from the DJs Guru studio. I have my co-host Jason, just Jay Longobardo, with me today. How you doing, Jay?
We're in the remote studio.
Why are you in a car? Please explain that to our audience.
I've been living in it because my wife threw me out because of all the streaming.
I knew that was going to happen eventually. I can't believe what's up with you.
I'm actually on a gig.
Are you really?
I'm on a gig. So
how'd you pull that off?
So listen to this. So I do pharmaceutical AV dinner meetings for when they're launching drugs and stuff like that. And so it's kind of reassuring to know that all these doctors get together and they're safe with it. So I go and I set up projector, screen, speaker, lavalier microphone for these dinner meetings, drop the gear off, leave, come back 2 hours later, pick it up. So I'm in the parking lot because I'm like, there's not enough time to drive home and then drive back. So plus, if I dip out at any time, it's because they're calling me from inside because they don't know how to use any of the gear. So
that's always fun.
Yep.
All right. So
how you been?
I'm great, man. I can't complain. We got t-shirts now, brother. And
I'm pumped about that.
I want to say hello to everyone watching here on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube. And of course, if you're watching back on the replay, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight to our episode 2, to stream or not to stream, right, Jason?
Right.
So,
and I'm streaming in my car, so I don't even care.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's in a remote location. So we wanted to kind of, come back to the streaming 5 months into this great year we're having here in 2020 and kind of figure out what has worked, what hasn't. When this whole thing started, I think everyone and their mother was live streaming, right? And kind of seeing it dwindle down. And the ones that you do see now, they're getting very creative. They're building great audiences. And from everyone that I've spoken to that is continuing with these, they're doing very well and they're actually getting a lot out of it. So I thought it would make sense to put together another show and bring on some really well-known, established DJs in not only the club world, but the mobile and private events world as well, and talk to them and see kind of what has worked, what hasn't, and learn a little bit about some of the things that they've been successful with. So
before you do that, there's something that I've been meaning to do for the 5 months that we've been doing this. I want to shout out all the DJs that were doing this before.
Yeah.
There were guys, I mean, on my page alone, I got, 150, 200 DJs. And there are guys that were doing it for years, killing themselves with very minimal technology and getting on. So shout out to all those guys that were doing it before. We didn't forget about you. You're not overshadowed by the new people with all the cool backgrounds and everything like that. We still love you guys. Keep doing it even later on too. So
I know our friend Pulse from Pioneer is like Mr. Livestream. You guys have been doing it since like the mid 2000s from what I remember. So yes, there's definitely been some pioneers out there, and I agree with that. Now we have some pretty amazing guests tonight, Mr. Longobardo.
I'm ready.
And we're going to bring them out right now. We're going to start with a good friend of mine, Miss Rhiannon Roze, very well-known club DJ, has produced, has done gigs internationally. If I literally had to talk about her resume, we'd be here through the whole stream. So we're just going to bring her out. We're going to say hello. And Rhiannon, how are you?
Hey, what's up, guys?
It's so great to see you again. How's everything been?
Actually, great. Honestly, yeah.
That's good to hear. And Rhiannon is coming from us today in beautiful Los Angeles. How everything there? How hot is it?
It's warm. Yeah. Yeah, not too far from the ocean, so it's not overwhelming.
Good.
Yeah, we're dying out here on the East Coast. It's 110 humidity.
Oh, ouch. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? That's the
You
East
shave
Coast
off
for
all
you.
your hair. That's what you do.
That's the East Coast for you. So the next question is, so Rhiannon actually put me in touch with our next guest, Mr. Alex Mendez, DJ Audio1. And this guy has been like Mr. Stream since this thing started. And when Rhiannon put me onto him, I watched his pages and what he's been doing, and he's been doing a great job. So I'm really excited to bring him out. What's going on, DJ Audio1?
Hello.
What's up?
How are you, my
Hi,
friend?
brother. I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Great to see you. And you're coming from us from San Francisco Bay Area, right?
San Francisco Bay Area, yes.
Awesome. So thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I could use a nap right now, but I'm feeling great today, actually. So.
We won't hold you too long. Don't worry. And then we have our final guest. And actually, this is Mr. Nic Colletto of Nic Entertainment in New Jersey. And he actually wrote a beautiful blog article for us that really helped to spur this discussion. And he actually is the guy that came up with the to stream or not to stream title. So, Mr. Nic Colletto, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Thanks for joining.
Nic has been in this game for quite a while as well. Started off as a hip hop DJ, moved to clubs, and now he is focusing on private events and doing the mobile thing, doing his thing. And he has also utilized the live stream platform to really help to build what he's doing and stay relevant during this crazy time that we're all in. So thank you so much for joining us, Nic.
Nah, thanks for having me, man. Listen, I'm gonna keep it positive. I love this 2020 stuff, man. You know, but between the streams and the good vibes, and I got my dog down here at my feet, licking my feet. You know, the dog, my puppy's having the best year of her life. So
yeah,
all good stuff, all positive stuff, man. I'm happy to be here.
That not long ago, I said I think the dogs are behind all this because they love when we're home all the time. You know?
And our kids, man,
yeah,
they're gonna remember this like, Daddy was home every day for a year. Like it was great.
Absolutely. So anyway, let's get right into our discussion. And I want to talk first to Rhiannon. And our first question that we're going to kind of go through here is, where have you found the most success live streaming? So when I say that, I'm asking, you know, what platforms have you used to grow your live stream audience? And how has it worked out for you?
Good question. I first got into Instagram, and I like that because I think I'm just most active on Instagram, so it made the most sense. Because I already had my audience there and the people that I, comment with or DM with, and so it was easy to promote. I knew who to promote to, and to invite. And the other cool thing about Instagram is, like, when you go live, of course, you are given sort of priority. You're like kind of featured as soon as people log into their Instagram, they see who's live, yeah, so that's been cool for me. That's been really fun.
What about you, Mr. Alex? Where have you found the most success live streaming?
Obviously Twitch. I actually started on Facebook. I couldn't get onto Instagram because I have an Android phone and I don't have an iRig. I didn't have an iRig at the time. So I just went straight to Facebook, and
I have one behind me.
Yeah, and then I used StreamYard, so I was able to actually simultaneously stream to both Facebook and Twitch at the same time, and that's sort of how I built my, my stream. But yeah, definitely Twitch has been the most successful for me.
Very cool. What about you, Nic?
So I actually had the most success, I think, on Facebook. I'm doing, I would say, 90% weddings, and most of my clients are 25 to 45 age group. I would say 5% are on TikTok, 10% are on Snapchat, 70% or so are on Instagram, but all of them are on Facebook. So I prefer to spin on Twitch. Most of my sets right now, I'm promoting Twitch, as hard as I can, but I'm using Restream to go Facebook and Twitch. When I first started out, I just turned on Facebook one day, hit go live, and it boomed from there. You know, like I said, most of my clients are on Facebook. So for me, that's been the most productive. It got a little tricky when they started chopping us up and mid-set and in the set. So that's where Twitch comes into play, and the quality audio and all the fun stuff, which I guess you can do on either. But I think Twitch is, you know, the best platform in my opinion. But for my audience, it's definitely been Facebook.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a double-edged sword, because Twitch is definitely, I think, the best place to do it. It's just very difficult to try to get people to go there because they're not familiar with the platform. They're not signed up already. And then it's a little weird when you first go on there and you see like a commercial or something and you're not really sure, because I've done that myself, and I kind of get it. So I see a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll kind of have like a backup stream, and they'll start on Facebook, and then if it gets lost, you know, make sure you get me on Twitch. Mm-hmm. What about you, Jason? Have you done any live streaming yet, or have you?
Yeah, I'm horrible at it though. So I actually started out doing recorded sets and then throwing them up on Facebook, because I like to add, you know, track titles, things like that, and just it gives me the ability to then go back and review it and kind of put out a more polished product. I ended up getting too obsessive compulsive over the sound quality and never really got it dialed in. But when I was doing my own talk show like we're doing now, I liked using Be Live. Other than it not having one specific way for me to feed audio in without it cheating it as a microphone, I liked the platform. It worked for what I needed to. It just got a little expensive, and I was like, you know what? When looking at your platform, what we're on now, Yardstream, if I were to go back and start doing it again, I would use this platform to do it, and then probably use Restream at some point to do multiple areas.
Jason, you know what I forgot? Our other co-hosts are here. Your buddies.
Oh, come on.
Oh, there they are. They always come to see you, my man. They always come.
They're going to see this one day, and they're going to be like, he needs to come back out on tour with us, and I'll be like, see you guys later. I'm with Hanson again, so I'm out.
We learned last week that Jay opened up for Hanson.
Oh, wow.
It was a big deal, man. It was a big deal.
Listen, I'm a wedding DJ. I play Hanson all the time.
That's
man.
what I do. I'm a wedding DJ too.
Come
on, Mbop's a crowd pleaser, man. Come on, I'm not ashamed to admit that.
Every one of you has a redrum, an intro edit with an EDM drop in it of one of their songs. So don't hate.
All right, and we want to say hello to our audience. And hey, guess what, audience? I've got a swag box for everybody today. So we want to make sure you drop in those comments down below. Again, thanks for tuning in. But the best comment, the best question tonight is going to get an RCF snapback hat. No requests.
Ooh.
An RCF headphone carry bag. Beautiful. And what everyone wants, a DJs Guru t-shirt.
Nice.
So the best comment, make sure you drop those comments down below, but you're going to get yourself a swag box, and I appreciate everyone watching. So let's get on to our next question. And I'll go to Alex first, Mr. Audio1.
Sure.
Before your streams, what has been your best method of promotion? And if you could kind of take us through the steps, the processes, or the platforms on how you kind of promote or cross-promote these things, I know our audience would kind of love to hear, because I know you've built up a really great following.
Sure, no problem. So it's a two-tier process for me. One is actually networking with streamers on Twitch, supporting other DJs and streamers on their channels, hanging out. When you're not streaming, you go and visit other streamers' channels, hang out, and what ends up happening is these streamers, they're always just recommend you. They're like, I need everybody to follow Audio1 on Twitch right now. Make sure to follow him. Yo, Audio1, what time are you on? It's all, just natural. You know what I'm saying? So that's one way. The other way is social media, definitely promotional posts on your Instagram feed and your Instagram story, Facebook, Twitter. That's the way that I do it. And what I've been doing, what's been helping me a lot with Instagram is I'll make a little video. It'll be like, yo, what's up, guys? Audio1 here. I'm about to go live in about 20 minutes. Twitch.tv/DJAudio1. Join me. And then, post that. So it's almost like it's a personal invite. And a lot of people are like, yo. And also on mine, I include a swipe up link, so they could just swipe directly into the stream. So that seems to work out pretty well for my streams.
Yeah. And you got to have 10,000 followers for that. So Good for you, brother.
I got a question for you guys, and anyone can jump in and answer, only because at any given moment I could jump and have to finish up this gig. What time of day and what day have you guys found the most success without a lot of pre-promotion, where you'll get random people jumping on? Because that seems to be, to me, I'm like, everyone's going to go on at a Thursday night, and Brandon's probably on right now streaming against us. And so what has been the time in the day that you've gotten the most followers to watch a stream?
I'll be honest. My Friday 5 p.m. has been a hit since the moment I started it. If 5:05 rolls up and I'm not on yet, I'm getting texts and calls. People love that. I started it out like a 5 o'clock Friday for happy hour kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I started making all my social media flyers based on Corona beer and altering the logo, altering the labels and stuff.
Poor Corona beer.
To make a Corona happy hour.
Corona beer's killing right now. Don't feel bad for that.
Yeah, listen, they're getting free advertising day in and day out, man. Every single news channel.
Right.
Yeah, my 5 o'clock Friday has been successful, man. People love it.
What about you, Rhiannon?
I feel like I just go for the jugular of like Saturday night, 7 o'clock, like the like prime time. Especially if I'm not sure that I've promoted it well enough. I'm like, I know everyone's just gonna be online looking to have a little dance or like hang, so I'll be there.
When you have an audience of like 200,000, I guess you could do that, right? It's a little easier when you have a following like Rhiannon does. So that's awesome. All right. Now, Rhiannon, since we're talking to you, same question for you, promotion wise. And I know you've done a lot with BPM Supreme and some other brands that you work with. So they do some promotion for you, but when you're promoting for yourself, what have been your methods?
Good question. Honestly, I feel like the personal invite is huge. It's very time consuming, but it's like the ultimate thing to, at the very least, like Audio1 was saying, make a video and post it or maybe put it in your story, but then also like send that story to people, or even to the point of like DMing your followers, even just your main followers at least. Like, it's really cool because they hear from you directly, and I feel like people are way more likely to tune in because you're like, hey, what's up, so and so, like, I'm going live, like, I'd love you to tune in, because people are just so bombarded with things, with everything right now, and sometimes it's hard for them to grasp. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of invites going out right now.
What about you, Nick?
Yeah, so I'm going to pluck from both. I mean, I do obviously the social media. I'll make a post early in the week, give people something to look forward to. I'll do some reminder posts as we approach. When I first started, when I first came up with my schedule, which is Fridays, and then I would do, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I would do 7 to 8 on Saturdays, and I would encourage families to bring kids around, and then I would do 8 to 11 for adults, and I would promote it just like that. So I started out doing social media, continued the social media, and then I started sending email blasts out. Hey, I know, we were supposed to have your event this weekend, your event's off, but you can still party, spread the word, follow along, doesn't cost you anything, come hang out.
That's really smart.
Between sending emails, doing the social media, and then I've also found that, for random stragglers, if they tune into your set, nobody wants to be like one of the only viewers. I'm a much smaller potato. I don't have no 20,000, followers. So I'm also texting my friends. Hey guys, what are you doing? It's Saturday. You're bored at home, dude. Crack a beer, log on. Let's have some laughs. And now that baseball's going, let's joke about some baseball and stuff like that. And then this way, when people stumble across my stream and tune in, they see there's already people there, hanging out, having a good time. And I just kind of plucked from all over, and it's worked pretty well.
So are any of you guys? Oh, sorry, Justin. Are any of you guys in any of those the Facebook groups that are dedicated to streamers? I'm in one particular one. I've never actually streamed in it, but at any given moment, rather than just going to my feed to see if I find somebody, I'll go to, and I can't remember the name, and it's my boy Ivan that created the group, but it's specifically for restreamers, and there's no real content rules. You just go in and you share your link and just scroll through. Are any of you in groups like that?
I'm not, no.
I am.
I would say make one. You be the moderator of it, and then invite your other DJ. I guess like what Audio1 was saying, if you have a community within Twitch, it's a similar way to do it. But
Right.
I'm definitely digging the fact that I can go to one place and not be overwhelmed just on my timeline by it, because I want to see other things. But if I'm sitting around, I'm working, and I want to hear a DJ, I'll jump in that group, and then I'll be like, oh, I know that guy, and I'm gonna just listen to him. So I would recommend starting a group or jumping in on one that you might find.
One thing that I forgot to mention is Discord is pretty big now with a lot of streamers. I know I have my own Discord, and in mine, I have a section where people could promote when they're on, and I also promote when I'm live as well. And I believe most DJs that are on, and most streamers that are on Discord, they do that as well. Like, you know, aside from promoting their own music or their own services, they let people self promote as well. So.
Very cool. I was going to ask about email too. So Nick, you said you do send out emails, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
So I'll include all my clients. You know, anyone who I had either upcoming or that we had to postpone, and I've had over 60 revisions or cancellations at this point.
Very cool.
So yeah, I include them all in a blast. Every once in a while, I send the new blast out, and I was honestly surprised at how many people tuned in. But I guess when this all started, people had nothing else to do, you know. So Saturday night would roll around, and oh shit, let's go on, let's hop on and see what's what.
What's interesting is, you know, email marketing is still one of the most, if not the most, effective means of advertising digitally. So I was curious about that because I could find that there would be a lot of value in it. So good stuff, Nick. Before we go to the next topic and the next question, I just want to say hello to some of our friends watching. So what's going on? Jacob down in Texas, right? How you doing, Jacob? Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Mr. Party Jeep himself, Jason Palermo.
Killing it, my man. He's killing it.
This guy,
that's the Party Jeep. That's a nice Jeep, man.
This guy made freaking lemonade, like the best lemonade you've ever tasted, man. It's awesome. Let's say hello to Sean. Apparently he's your neighbor, Alex. He just moved to the Bay Area.
Hey,
what's going on, Sean?
Holland,
how are you? Our old friend, Eric Kizis.
It's my DJ partner right there. It's my brother.
There he is. What's going on, Eric? Thanks for tuning in, my friend.
Listen, follow this guy on his Facebook. He's not playing what everybody else is playing. I mean, the guy's digging in crates. He's playing B-sides. He's playing 70s and 80s. I mean, if you need an education on music that you don't know about, follow my man Eric and learn.
Yeah, most definitely.
What's going on? Biggie 530 watching this on Twitch.
Yeah, man. That's my man Biggie from Chico. Shout out to all the Chico homies out there. They're heavy on Twitch.
Mr. Toy Story himself, Mr. Brandon Blaine.
He's supposed to be streaming right now. What's he doing?
He may be streaming right now and
watching us.
He's got a staff. He's got a staff that does it for him.
And just so everyone knows, Brandon, we wanted to have on the stream, we're going to have him on next Friday. Actually, we're going to do a show with him and a good friend of mine, Techno Dad, Chana Da Silva, specifically going through OBS, which seems to be one of the most popular programs to live stream from, into Twitch. And we're going to talk about all of the ways to do that and get real geeky during this one. But we wanted to keep this particular topic to more the promotional side and effectiveness and things like that. And Mr. Lucito, DJ Wizzy, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to drop those comments. We've got a great swag box for one of our commenters. Next question.
Justin, listen up. It's getting dark out here. I'm going to jump. I'm going to go break down my gig. If you guys are still on, I'm going to jump back in. But it's looking silly anyway because I don't have good lighting in here. So I'm going to do my thing. You guys finish up and I'll be back.
All right, brother.
Perfect.
All right,
bye. Thought he would never leave. Thank God. Jay's the man. All right, so next question, and we're going to go to Nick first. Nick, have your streams been regularly scheduled? You kind of answered this one before, but then you also dropped some other stuff in there where you kind of went random. So
yeah,
for the same time day every week, or you just kind of going like when you feel like it?
For the most part, yes. I spent a long time week after week trying to be consistent and make sure that at 5 o'clock on Fridays I was on. You know, I'm standing in front of the computer ready to go with my countdown. 5 o'clock rolls on, I'm on right there. And then Saturday, same thing. 7 o'clock, I'd be right on. Now, as the summer's progressed, I've turned my focus to actually get away from streaming for a little bit, not be as crazed as I was.
Looks like you turned your focus to tanning.
Tanning. No, I'm Italian, man. I can't help it. I walk outside on a 100-degree day, and this is what happens.
Fantastic.
No, but now my industry is now in a major like a booking rush now for these small backyard weddings. So I focus my attention to that. It's the summertime. Wifey wants to get away and chill on some Saturday nights. So now that we're allowed to actually go out and do some things, my schedule has been a little bit sporadic, but I've been trying to hop out once a week during the week. Definitely do a Friday and Saturday set. But I've been posting, slightly different times, but for the most part on those 2 nights, you can definitely expect me to be on for sure. But I found that consistency is key, man. If you say you're going to do it, you got to do it. Otherwise it's going to damage, it's going to damage your app big time.
That's definitely something that I continue to hear, is that the scheduling and being consistent is very important. So, Alex, Mr. Audio One, Mr. 5 days a week. Same question for you, my friend.
Yeah, up till 2 weeks ago, I was doing 5 days a week. I was Monday through Friday. I had my specific times that I was on, but right now, due to some family obligations, I had to move everything to nights now. So like Brandon has said in the comments, that consistency is longevity in all things. I just make sure right now my schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. And I make it a habit of trying to jump on my stream at least 10 to 15 minutes before I'm supposed to be on. I put the splash window up in case there's any technical issues or anything. I could sort that out before the stream starts. And if things are right, I just jump right in it. It's like my warm up before the rush of people come in.
A splash window like this?
Yes. Plus, I look more handsome on my screen. Yeah,
like a model there, bro. That's the coolest picture. Oh, wait, I got that.
Oh yeah, there.
Wait, look at this guy.
Justin, bro, we got to work on our press for me, man. Although I'm feeling that 1990s black on black tux pick that you choose for the flyer. That's a good one, bro. I like that one.
That one, man. I thought you looked good. It worked out well too with the angles. Hey, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm doing my best.
All good. You're doing great, man. Keep it up.
Yeah, definitely keeping to a schedule. Saturdays I'm on 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern, and each show that I do is a different genre, so it's different things. But definitely keeping a schedule has been. If people know that you're going to be on at 1 p.m. every day or every other day, then they will be there at 1 p.m. And if you're not, people start freaking out a little bit, So that's what I've noticed. When the days that I didn't go on for one reason or another, or I had a technical issue, they're there, they're waiting. You know what I mean? And it's great. The good thing about going on 15 minutes early is now I could see that a bunch of people are just sort of waiting. I'm like, that's kind of a positive. Like, okay, cool. There's already 20 people here 2 minutes in. Okay, this is going to be a good one. You know what I'm saying? So there's some interest in what's happening. So yeah, stay consistent. You have a schedule for sure.
Very cool. Rhiannon, now, I don't think you've been streaming as much as, I don't think anyone's been streaming as much as Audio One, but what has your process been? And have you done anything regularly, or has it kind of just been kind of guest streams? I guess I would call them.
Yeah, that's a good term. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so guilty. Yeah. I'm totally guilty of not being consistent with live streaming. But though, if it was my intention and then I, messed it up, that'd be one thing. But it hasn't been. I just kind of been dabbling with it here and there, and kind of like waiting if like a bunch of DMs pile up from people that are like, oh, when are you going live again? Like, let's do it. Then I'm like, okay, and I'll add something. But I just haven't been consistent. I guess because I've been showing up, my consistency, I've been putting that into music production. That's just been what I've been passionate about. But I could see how any DJ that loves DJing is, they'd funnel that consistency and energy into live stream DJ. So if you love it, do it. I mean, and that's I guess that's the ultimate advice, which we might be getting to later. But that's how I feel about it. Like when Audio One is DJing, like, because I've tuned into his streams and he's just like, he's having the best time and he's connecting with everyone, and just like you, Justin, like calling people out in the comments, being like, "What's up?" Like, "Welcome so and so," and it's so interactive. It's so fun. And I'm like, and Audio One's doing it right. Like,
well, we're not doing this if people aren't. I mean, we can, but I mean, it's not as much fun if nobody's watching. And you know, I got my setup here behind me, and there's something about the pressure of being live in front of an audience that just turns it on for me. I can come down here and I'll mix, and like after half an hour, I'm just like, I kind of get bored unless I'm recording and I'm going to listen back to it, or, you know, I'm in front of people. It's not the same for me. So I've only done a few live streams, but I've really enjoyed like preparing, and it's almost like preparing for a club gig, you know, from the promotion to getting your music in check, and, you know, kind of having a theme set up for it. I've enjoyed it when I have done it, and I've definitely not been regular. I've done these regularly instead. Every time I talk to you, Rhiannon, you're producing, you're working on production.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like you're sitting at home only doing yoga. What is it that you do, right? Yoga, right?
Oh yeah, and the breath work.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. All right, so we're gonna we got a lot of comments, and we've got a lot of people watching us right now, and I know they're very interested in this question. Have you been able to monetize your stream at all? And if yes, you can share your secrets with our audience. We would be very grateful. So, Alex, what about you? Have you been able to monetize them?
Yes. On Twitch, when I became an affiliate, you know, that's the beginning. When you start streaming, you have to meet a set of requirements to become an affiliate. Once you become an affiliate, Twitch helps you monetize your channel by, you know, to the point where viewers can subscribe to your channel. They can get access to your emotes. Viewers can give subscriptions to each other. People can donate bits, which is the Twitch currency. And, you know, pretty much you get 50% of everything because Twitch gets the other 50. So that's one way of monetizing. The second way of monetizing is through donations from Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and, you know, any other way that you can, you know, tie in monetization towards your channel. I know with me, I linked up with a nonprofit, Beats for Hope, and they helped me launch my merch line, a merch line that I've been wanting to do for years. And with every sale that we do, a portion of the proceeds goes to local charities that we work with in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York City. So I'm able to give back at the same time, and they're helping me out as well. So yes, you can. I mean, if you put in the work, most definitely.
So you're monetizing not just for yourself, but for goodwill. So that's awesome, man. That's really, really awesome. I love to hear stuff like that.
Definitely.
Rhiannon, obviously, I don't think you've been able to monetize these, huh?
Well, you know, I've been hired for some private Zoom, like.
Oh, I was gonna, yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's one way to monetize right there.
Definitely.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, so it's interesting because, yeah, technically it's monetizing, but it's like, it was just, I was hired for a gig, and it's like a, private Zoom stream, and pretty cool.
I've got some ideas for something, so I got some stuff up my sleeve. Technical. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, man.
Talk a little bit about, I know you told me you've had some really great interaction with potential clients and actually have booked gigs because of your live stream, right?
Yeah, listen, every client asks the wedding DJ, can we come to a wedding and see you spin? And my answer is always absolutely hell motherfucking no. Because I have class and I care about my clients.
Could you imagine?
So I've actually added to every single email response, you know, along with my menu and my whole spiel that I give my clients when they first hit me up. Also, Friday at 5 o'clock, Saturday at 7 o'clock, feel free to, you know, hop on this address. You can get a sense of how I look, how I speak, and of course, how I play. It's been the most helpful thing for me in my industry, you know. When this is all over with, by all means, I'm definitely going to keep on streaming. It's the best possible advertisement for me. I can send a list of services that 10 other companies can also offer, same exact brand, same exact everything. But selling your talent, you know, is one of the hardest things to do for a wedding DJ. It's great when I'm on site at a wedding. It's just as good when I'm standing here in my living room playing with my turntables, you know.
Yeah, with that beautiful view behind you.
Beautiful view, you know, it's become the trademark. I actually tried to switch it up a few times, and every time people log in, if they see a different view, they give me some grief, you know. They're like, "Oh, come on, we like that city view." So, and then like Audio1, I just got into the Twitch monetization, just got my affiliate. I had a difficult time changing my Facebookers over to Twitch. I get a lot of people who are those first time viewers who will pop in, and I'll ask them to hit that heart and they just won't do it because they're afraid of what's to come, you know? So I haven't really put my foot on the gas yet with hanging out on Twitch as much as I probably should be and really trying to grow things there. But between actually booking events, between showing my clients, you know, what I'm about, between the minimal Twitch monetization I've been able to do, and of course Venmo also, my Venmo scrolls, and people that tune in week after week, every couple of weeks, they'll donate, you know, $50, $100, $25, and every little bit counts. So yeah, man, for sure. It's been going really well.
I did, well, never mind. I'm not even going to say it, but I tried to help out streamers that were streaming with the tip jars as much as I could, you know, just to support customers and people that I've done business with, and just to try to support the industry. So I love watching all the live streams, and I think that's really great info, Nick. And we'll talk a little bit more about what you just said, because I have a question that is going to lead perfectly into that. But that is really great information. Mobile DJs, private events DJs, wedding DJs, obviously it's a crazy year, but what Nick just said, I think, is really, really great information. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about an idea that I have and I've had for a while with how, you know, this thing can go moving forward. So, all right. Now, I got a really good question I think is going to be really helpful for our audience. And it's kind of a wordy one, but the headline is, what has been your biggest challenge? And then the detail of that question is, during the last 4 to 5 months, what is a problem during your stream? Like Audio1, you said you had some technical issues, whatever. What has been a problem or something that has stumped you that you were able to overcome? And then what was it and how did you do it? So I'm going to ask you first, Alex.
I think the biggest challenge on Twitch, obviously, is a lot of people are not aware of what is Twitch. So I think for me, the biggest challenge was actually, and the challenge for a lot of people, and also why a lot of people discredit Twitch, is that you have to start from zero. You have to start from 0 viewers, 0 followers. You have to build it from the ground up. And the thing is, you know, a lot of us, you know, Rhiannon could attest to this. You know, she's known me for many years. Like, we are in it for the long run. You know what I mean? So anything that we put our hearts into, I mean, I met her when she was barely producing, and now she's creating like really massive records. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you put in the work, you know, the results come, man. And, you know, it's funny. I get people that, they remember when I only had like 5 people on my stream. You know, I would have like 300 on Facebook, but only 5 on Twitch, you know, and now it's the opposite, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I had to, you know, it's almost like I've had to handhold people from Instagram and Twitter and Facebook over to Twitch, you know, and sometimes we post these little things that are like, here's how you create your account. Here is how you connect to my channel. Like, just simple handholding and just letting them know, hey, by the way, you could watch us, you know, on your TV, on your Roku, on your Apple TV, on your Fire Stick. When you just say like those keywords, it goes very, very far with people. You know, like, it's interesting.
You also got to add free.
Yes,
free.
And it's for free, definitely.
What about you, Nick? What's been something that stumped you?
Yeah, that same thing, man. I had 1 or 2 tech issues. I'm a big preparation guy. So before I go live, I'm a little OCD and I got to check things 3 or 4 times before I actually go live. I think on my second stream, I had my audio source wrong, which was not that big of a deal, but that's been my biggest quarrel, has been getting people over to Twitch, which is my preferred platform to play on. You know, that they don't cut me off. It sounds phenomenal. And I keep on saying that I'm live on Facebook and on Twitch simultaneously with my Twitch link posted. And I'm like, yo, if you guys are on Facebook, click that link for a better experience. And people just don't do it for some reason, you know, especially my demographic. I'm not talking to DJs. I'm talking to, you know, couples who are scouting the world for their wedding DJ and their wedding entertainment and stuff like that. Right. So that new platform, for sure, that's not to piggyback and kind of steal, you know, Audio1's idea. That's mine as well. You know, same thing for sure.
We got a quick question from Mr. Chuck Leonard here, and I don't fully understand it. So, Chuck, you're going to have to maybe rephrase this. What about having a planned time and then when the feeling moves you? So I guess what he's saying is, like, you have a consistent schedule and then you just feel like it one day and you just jump on. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, definitely. For sure. Have a schedule. People always, oh, it's a pleasant surprise. I hopped on for a few lunch sets. Oh, this is great. Yeah, you know.
The pop-ups help out too. You know what I mean? Like something different, you know. I know for me, like it's funny, my buddy 916 Junglist just walked into the Twitch, and I jump into his channel every once in a while to do drum and bass. You know, like I don't normally do it on my channel, but or he hosts these raid parties where, you know, one DJ plays the genre and then they raid the next channel and it just keeps going. And yeah, no, definitely those you know, the pop-ups definitely help out for sure.
Yeah, Audio1 started up as a drum and bass DJ, just like our friend. I was surprised. Our friend DJ Shorty, who is the queen of the scratch, she actually also started and still does produce drum and bass records.
Yeah. Her and her husband Faust. Yep.
Yep. So, what about you, Rhiannon? What has stumped you the most, and how did you overcome it?
I guess
Love those pink techniques.
Yeah, right.
I love it.
I guess thinking back to when I first went live on Instagram, because that was like an experiment. I guess for me at the time, I didn't have the technology like the iRig, so I was just kind of like putting my phone on my desk, and then I was going by my DJ booth, and I was DJing, but I also wanted to see what people were commenting and like interact with them. So I'd kind of like play a song, and then I'd kind of like run over to the phone and be like, what are people saying? And then be like talking to them. And like Audio1's got a great setup now. I don't know if do you have Audio1? Do you have like 2 laptops or something set up? Because I see you
before up till 2 weeks ago, because I just got a new streaming PC. Now I have a monitor next to the turntable, so I'm actually able to see the chat as it scrolls by. So while I have my laptop while I'm DJing, I'll look the other way and I'll just browse the chat. And usually that's why I get on the microphone. I'm like, yo, Mike, what up? You know, hey, Cecilia, ¿cómo estás? You know, like, and then just keep it moving. But yeah, engagement is super, super key on these platforms. You know, like people want to know that you're not just some robot. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I feel like when it's live and there's just so many offerings online that unless people are getting some kind of personal piece of you, I feel like they're just like, meh, like they're one click away from leaving. Like where it's like it's not like they have to go to coat check and get their coat and fucking, you know, like go to another bar. Like they're like click and they're done, you know. So it's like,
Rhiannon, I think this may be one of your friends because I don't know this name.
Oh.
Charlene is with you. She's always sitting in Ableton producing. Are you in Ableton?
Me, yeah, that's my favorite. My day.
I have Ableton open behind this window. It's just funny.
Oh, and Audio1, you got a fan here. Guess what? He loves
my
his shirt.
Yeah, Biggie. Yeah, man. Yeah.
And Lucky Lou was on here a minute ago too. What's up?
All right, here we go. I went live. Got another question from Bill Scriganioli. All right, everyone, let's try. Audio1, how do you say that last name?
I want to say it's a silent G, so I'm going to go with Scriganioli.
Nick, what do you say?
Oh my God, I'm Italian, so I should know this, but I don't. Scriganioli.
What do you think? Stringoli?
Yeah.
I'm going, Are we right, Bill? Are we right? You can leave a comment. All right, so he went live for the first time for an hour yesterday for a test run, and he felt awkward. He said it was weird not having people in front of him. And I have heard that if you're going to set the schedule, you have to understand that it's very likely in your first couple of streams, you're going to see goose eggs. You're going to see 0. And you got to complete it because that's the whole idea. You know, just like if you're working at a club and you were getting paid and no one showed up, you know, you still got to play because the club's open, right? So what do you guys think about that question? Rhiannon, what would you say? You being a female might have an interesting perspective on this. So I know girls seem to care about what they look like more than guys and things like that. So did you feel awkward like the first time you did it? And how did you overcome that? Excuse me.
I feel like, because there's value placed as women, like there's value placed on like the aesthetic as well. So it's definitely, we have to prepare a little longer with makeup and it's a thing. And you're right. I mean, in some ways it feels vulnerable because it's like being live at a club is one thing because everyone's just there and people could have their phones, but it's like whatever. But yeah, like going live, I mean, I've been DJing for 20 years and I pride myself on being a good DJ. So I'm like, don't fuck anything up, you know?
And like, it's like they're in the booth with you now, like with these live streams. It's different than like when you're in a club and they can't really see what you do, like, especially with multiple camera angles and all the stuff that's been going on. So I totally get what you're saying, but continue. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, not at all. Yeah. I mean, it was, specifically about like answering that question. Yeah, it's weird at first not having anyone in front of you, but when you see like the comments or like people like doing like the hearts and stuff, like, you know, when you see the engagement, you know they're out there. I mean, if you've watched a DJ stream, you know what it's like, you know, and like, and again, I'm just gonna say Audio1 nails it because he's so interactive. It's like the second I pop into his, you know, Twitch stream and I'm like, what up? You know, he's like on it. And he's like, what's up, Rhiannon Roze? Welcome to the chat, you know, whatever. And like, that's just huge. It's like, because you're interacting in real time. So then it starts to kind of warm up. So yeah, at first it feels a little like cold and like weird. And then you can really warm it up.
Great question, Bill. Thank you so much. You may get a swag box for that one. I don't know. We'll see.
That's a good one.
What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I would just suggest like let a couple of key friends know, you know, like let 2 or 3 of your boys know that you're going to go live the first time. I mean, I posted it and, you know, I posted my first happy hour set, plugged in. I had no idea what to expect the first time I went live. And to be honest, like right when I hit record, listen, I was nervous as shit. I was like, damn, the whole world can watch me spin. I never had an audience this large, you know? Mm-hmm. And then right off the bat, my first stream, it was on Facebook. It was all people that I knew. Everyone wanted to just stop in and say hello. And it was a 90s hip hop. Everyone was asking for 90s hip hop, which is my thing. So I could definitely see it being weird if you don't have anyone really planned there to watch you. But that's what I'd recommend, man. If you're gonna stream for your first time and you want to just kind of get it off that first time, tell a couple of your boys, you know, tell a couple of your close friends that have nothing to do. Hey guys, hop on, pop a beer, and you know, let's have some fun. That kind of thing.
We always popping beers with you, huh, Nick?
Yeah, listen, Friday happy hour, man.
To enjoy your streams, or is it?
I see the thing for me. Like I said, I don't really drink all week, and then Friday happy hour comes around, and you know, it's like,
what is this, Red Bull, Alex? What are we drinking?
Yeah, I have a Red Bull and a water. Yeah.
Me too.
I don't know, Justin. You incited the devil in me. I got some tequila now on a Thursday night, Thursday night or whatever it is. You know? Just sipping on a little tequila. I don't know. Come on, man.
We're all adults here, right? We're DJs. This is what
yeah.
Thursday night.
For sure.
I have a great comment from Eric, and I love this comment. So you guys check this out.
Sure.
The therapy of playing at a time when I've went from 150 plus events a year to almost 0 is priceless. Mm-hmm. That's the monetization. I need to make money, but I need to play. It's part of my being. 25 plus years, no stopping. And I put out a quote the other day, and I said, if you're DJing for the love, and I missed the word, I kind of screwed it up, but you can never truly retire from being a DJ. It's not something that I think you can retire from. It is a part of you. I see myself at 75 years old, and I may not break out the techniques, but I'm definitely setting up a barbecue playlist. I'm definitely going to control the vibe of the party one way or the other, and I'm still DJing. So
you'll have a Prime Go set up somewhere off in the corner, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, I got a couple pieces of gear.
That was a very good comment right there, man. I'll speak from my own personal experience. I challenged myself the first 60 days of the quarantine here in California. I actually put out 1 mix a day on Mixcloud for 60 days. And at first, it was just for me. It was my form of therapy. And this was in the beginning of me getting on Facebook and Twitch. But the comments I was getting back from like first responders and people like that, you know, they're like, look, thank you so much, man. Like, you know, like I just pulled, you know, 2 12s and I just listened to your mix and it took me to a different place, you know, or we just all go to the, you know, we go to the break room and we watch you guys on Twitch and you guys are our escape. So for me, it went from just being therapy for me. Now we're the therapy for others. You know what I'm saying? And you're seeing this phrase pop up a lot, but a lot of people are saying that DJs saved the quarantine because we just jumped on, you know what I mean? Even for no money, you know what I'm saying? Like we just did our thing.
And I'll tell you from a retail standpoint, the live streaming definitely motivated older DJs that hadn't done it in a while to get back into it. And it certainly motivated the younger generation. And gave the parents something for the kids that were stuck at home to do that was really really worthy of their time, and enabled them to kind of use their love of music to keep themselves busy and learn a craft. So it's interesting that you say that DJs saved the quarantine, because I totally agree with that in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just need to come up with a cure. Can we do that?
Seriously,
Yeah.
for real.
Um,
I'm ready for some people in 3D at this point. For real,
Yeah.
for sure.
So we're getting to 8:50 here. I don't want to keep you guys all night, so let's keep this thing moving along. And I got a really good question for you, and this one's going to go to Rhiannon first.
Okay.
What is the best advice you could give to someone who is just starting? So if I've never went live before, right, and you're talking to me, what's the first thing that you would have to tell me to do?
I would actually ask you a question, and someone actually asked this in the comments. They're like, "Why are you streaming? Like, what do you want out of it?
What's your objective?"
Yeah, because that
Right.
I guess that would shift, what I'm telling you to do. But I mean, there's so many things. Like, because some people are like, oh, like, Nick would probably say like, hey, like, it's got to be perfect, right? Like those.
Yeah, we have all three of us have totally different means for streaming, which is awesome.
Like I said, this is a very eclectic group. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my big thing is like that you've got to love DJing and do it because you love it. I mean, also, on the side, if you are like building your brand or trying to, I don't know if DJs get discovered, but I mean, you can you can be discovered by new fans, because if they're already on Twitch, that's the great thing about Twitch is people don't have to already be following you to discover you. Whereas with the social media platforms, I think anyway, it's like your followers will see that you're live, but on Twitch, it's like, the channel could get recommended to you, or like you could get those channel raids that Audio1 was talking about, and everyone funnels in, and I feel like there's a deeper relationship on Twitch when it comes to DJs and live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say, first of all, the very, very first thing is just to like be a witness first. Like, go and support other people's live streams and see what they're doing, and see what you like, what you don't like as an audience person. See, that's how you'll learn, like, hey, cool, I like what he did there, I'm going to do that, etc. There's a lot. But.
Interesting you say that. And Alex, Brandon, we talked about him before. He said, we were talking about scheduling and stuff before, and he said all his stuff he does a regular schedule, and he says the community, and he's mostly on Twitch, and he says the community just shows up, and that kind of points and
at 2
relates to what you were saying.
At 2 p.m. we're not missing his yacht rock set. Trust me, like you have to be there. Like,
I want to see you on that boat, man.
Like all of the DJs and people that follow the DJs, everyone just congregates there. Like, he's just the man with that. I mean, you have to see it. You have to just go on his channel and experience it, because it'll blow your mind. Like, it's a totally different experience, but it's really good.
So yes. What about you, Mr. Alex? What would be the one or the first piece of advice that you would tell me? Hey, I want to jump on my set here and I want to live stream. What's the first piece of advice? I get this equipment out of it. I have the equipment. What's the first piece of advice?
I get this question asked every single day, and I basically say, only stream if you love the music and money isn't the motivation, because money changes everything. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is that viewers are so smart now. They can tell if you're being genuine or you're just on the platform for a cash grab. Like, the reality is you really got to love the music. I know Rhiannon, like, she produces bass house, but I know she loves funk, she loves soul, she loves hip hop. I know Nick is a hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? Like we really love the music for its value. We would do it for free. You know what I mean? If there was no money, like,
don't tell people that.
You know what I'm saying.
I'm kidding. That's really, really great stuff.
Definitely do your research. You know what I'm saying? Definitely research. I'm researching every day. Every time I see a new DJ pop up or a new streamer, I'm on it just to see what they're about. Like, because sometimes it'll be a guy who only has 5 people in his channel, but they're doing some killer stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I could implement that, or definitely we could put him in rotation. Send him some raids, or I see a girl doing something really awesome. You know what I mean? Like, for us, it's a community, man, and that's the thing about DJing. Like, a lot of DJs will tell you that that wasn't that much of a community before COVID, and on Twitch especially. Like, we really survived being a community, you know, being together, you know. So definitely, yeah,
Good comment. Yeah, we did.
I actually saw. I saw he called me out. He said I got his name right. So
You did?
I'm gonna give myself some
there
gold
it
stars
is.
for that one. Yeah.
Thanks, Bill. Sorry, my brother. Let's go Rangers. Anyway, what about you, Nick?
Yeah. So I'm gonna
And
again.
hold on a second. Nothing's perfect, Nick. Nothing's perfect.
I don't understand. I'm not following.
Except for your tan. Except for your tan.
I'm gonna piggyback off both. Go ahead. What are you gonna say, Alex?
Nick, you want me to blow you away with some OCD stuff?
Let's
You
hear it.
want to see my first microphone when I first started on Twitch?
Yeah.
Absolutely, we do. Oh, the reverse
that
headphone mic.
hurts.
I love that. I've done that before.
It bothered people for like a good 6
I've
weeks.
done that before.
Yeah. Listen, I built my setup.
Original streams on YouTube. I'm using these as a mic.
Listen, whatever works though. Whatever works. You know, obviously.
Up to my headphone. This single cup.
Nah. So for a first time streamer, I'm gonna piggyback off what both of y'all have said. I'm gonna keep it general and say preparation's the key, man. You got to prepare. You got to decide what it is you want to do. You know, are you trying to stream to share your own productions? Are you trying to stream to earn new clients? Are you trying to stream just to stay busy and to keep your skills sharp? You know, so I would say give it some thought. Think about what it is that you're trying to do. Make sure you have everything in check and you're all ready to go. And I will say to make sure that you know, in your preparation, you get everything as you want it to be. You don't want to hop on if you're not good at scratches and you're scratching for people who have never heard you DJ before and you don't sound so good, you know. So you want to make sure that you're practicing your strengths on your stream, unless you're on your stream for criticism and you want to, you know, you want to practice your weaknesses and stuff like that. But Rhiannon hit it on the head right from the start. Think about what it is that you want to do with your stream and make sure you have everything ready to go from there.
Yeah.
Love it.
Especially at this late stage in the game, as far as like when we were all first starting, we were just kind of like, whatever. We had no backgrounds, we had no fancy stuff, and we're just kind of just talking into my phone, you know. But at this stage, I feel like people have been spoiled a little bit. So, you know, if you want to, you know, make an impression, you've got to be more prepared than you did maybe back in March, you know.
Nick, you're gonna like this comment. Jacob Arredondo, again from Texas. I try my best to keep the stream as professional as possible, only because we go live on our business page. From the clothes I'm wearing to the actions I'm doing on camera, I try my best to promote my business more as a whole instead of just myself. And I think that's great advice.
That's great
I love that. Not only do we have professionals on this stream with us, we have professionals watching and helping out. And thank you so much, Jacob. This is everything that the DJs Guru is. We're trying to build a community here of DJs that help DJs that want to, you know, each one teach one, like Audio1 said earlier, which I know that's a quote from, what's that movie? What's the movie?
Which one?
Each one teach one.
Oh.
That was like, it was a movie with, I forget. Anyway, but that's everything right there. So I love the fact that not only do we have everyone here on the stream educating, but we even have, you know, our followers and our audience here educating as well. So that's really good stuff. All right. So we're coming up to 9 o'clock. Again, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I have one more question, but I think this is a very important one.
Sure.
And we did discuss how we were going to kind of segue into this one earlier. So where do you see the future of live streaming after the pandemic officially ends? Do you think live streaming will be relevant when we're all able to work regularly again without restrictions? And will you find time for it? So, Alex, what do you think? And how do you see it playing out?
Honestly, it's here to stay, man. You know, I think while many of us will have the ability eventually to go back to work, you know, it's proven very lucrative to stream online. You know what I'm saying? For me, I feel like streaming online, not only have we built upon our previous audience, we're building a new audience, but at the same time, we're actually building a new client base for future work. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I don't even need to leave the house, and at least I can stay safe until the pandemic ends or is resolved. So the reality is like even if we go back to the real world, like people still need you know other avenues. You know what I'm saying? To get away from the doom and gloom. And we definitely stepped up. During this pandemic. So I honestly I don't see. I could see there being a drop off of people streaming, but for me, I'm in it long term now, man. I mean, I've already invested all this money and energy into this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna abandon the platform. There's a lot of people, ironically, that tell me, "Yo, I depend on your stream." You know what I mean? It's crazy, and it's here to stay. Honestly, man, it's another. It shouldn't be the sole source of your income or what everything that you do, but it should be in addition to your career. So I see it. I mean, I'm definitely gonna keep doing it regardless.
I wanted to actually ask you a question. I saw this one earlier,
Sure.
and since I have you with this one, do we have that many comments that I can't see? I can't get to
Yeah,
it.
a lot.
We got a lot of comments tonight. Yeah. Well, basically the question was, and I can't find it, so I'm just going to ask you.
Mhm.
And since you're the one who seems to be streaming the most, I think you're the best person to ask this question. The question basically was, where do you find your inspiration to continually mix up your music? So if you're streaming 4 or 5 times a day, are you just going on and just like doing what you feel, or are you kind of like, I know when I did a stream, I tried to keep it like to a theme of a style of house music that I would play,
Right.
and then I would kind of keep everything a certain way. So
Right.
what do you do, and where do you find that inspiration?
For me, I've always, even when I was doing my gigs before, COVID hit, um, I feel like every week I was reinventing myself. You know what I'm saying? Like in the clubs, there's the stuff that we were always playing, but I work for DMS too, so I have access to a ton of music. So on top of the other pools, but for me, I'm always getting rid of playlists and always starting with something new. Right now, I have 4 shows. My Mondays is all golden era hip hop. We call it Boom Bap Mondays. So I could just focus on finding 80s, 90s, 2000s underground hip hop stuff. So I could just focus on that. It never has to be the same thing. Wednesday nights, I'm doing a full bilingual Spanish, English, Latin show. So I'm focused on the reggaeton, the Latin, the cumbias, banda, Mexican music. Fridays, I do more throwback EDM, classics, 90s. We call it like a night at the Roxbury style, a lot of freestyle. Saturdays, I call it broke ass EDC,
I
which
love
is,
that.
yeah, which Rhiannon has seen before, and it's EDM classics and all the new bass house and everything. So for me, the days between streams or even the days of the stream, I'm just digging for something different. You know what I'm saying? Like there's stuff that is gonna be popular each time, but I'm always looking for something else, and that's why I always have my Ableton and Serato open because I'm always making my own mashups. I make my own bootlegs. I play a lot of stuff that no one else has. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to come up with different combinations. For me, that's always fueled me, even from the vinyl days to now. I mean, this year's gonna be my 31st year DJing, so I've pretty much just I'm always trying to stump myself. Like,
You've been DJing since 2 years old?
I've been DJing since I was 10 years old. I'm 40.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, for me, it's always it's basically, I try to reinvent myself every few days. Even, what's funny is with me, I deal with other issues, like this pandemic is a roller coaster. Some days I don't feel like I want to do it, but, I feel like I do got to be on at 8 p.m. I do got to give them something. You know what I'm saying? So, it's something to look forward to for me and for others. So,
listen, we have a very special guest coming back. Look who's back!
Hey,
And
back
he's trying to compete with you, Rhiannon. All right.
Oh
ready?
no, I'm
Real
prepared
quick.
I wanted to come back on because I was like, yo, I literally built a studio just for the pandemic, so I want to brag about it. But
all right, really quick, Rhiannon, we did this before. Grab a random record, quick, show it to us. Jason, you do the same thing. Random record, go.
Ooh, T-Box.
What do you got?
Wait, Nick likes the 90s hip hop. This whole row right here is all 90s hip hop.
Here, I got records at my feet. I'm playing too.
Pull one. What'd you get?
Yo,
What'd
this
you
is
get?
one of my first records. This DJ Rap.
Oh, I love that record.
Dope,
That-
huh?
Oh my God, that's from like the late 90s
Yeah.
when you were like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled the Cam Daydreaming
What you got?
single. I don't know
What
if
you
you can
got?
see that. That's it, random. You said Cameron Daydreaming single.
I'm pulling one.
All right, Nick. How deep is your '90s R&B, man? You got Skin Deep, No More Games on
Of course,
vinyl?
I don't have it on vinyl. No, not on vinyl.
Do you have it on vinyl?
I'll be honest. My biggest vinyl hit. I used to live in Soho, and I came home from work one day, and I don't know if this girlfriend got mad or something, but there was like 6 crates of records sitting outside. I started digging through those crates, man. There was gem after gem after gem.
I'm gonna show you guys one that. Hold on, I think it's right here.
What was your record, Rhiannon? I missed it.
While you're doing that, yeah, what?
The DJ
Yeah,
Rap.
DJ Rap, man.
Oh, nice.
And I have Beirut and Andy Caldwell, Be Free, Chus and Sabalos mix. You know, 'cause I'm a house guy. I'm a big tribal house guy. I love Chus and Sabalos. What's
How
up?
about this? How about this right here?
Oh, damn.
Super Cat, Girls Town, girls all around.
That's what's up, man.
Jason, do you have this on vinyl?
What? Yeah, I do actually.
Dude, if you have the original Bop single on vinyl, I'll be impressed. You have it on a 45? Then I'll really be impressed.
All right, I got one that none of you have, and it's funny because he's not watching, but my boy Mike Pags out in Philly, he puts out on Facebook one day. He's like, "Yo, I need Turtle Power from the Ninja Turtles."
From the
movies." And I was
Ninja
like,
Turtles?
"Hold on."
Oh. I have that on cassette, not on
Got
vinyl.
it.
Wait, not Turtle Rap by Vanilla Ice. This is something different?
No, I think that's the same track.
Wow.
What's going on, guy? You all right? Later.
He froze.
I don't know what's going on with his Wi-Fi over there. He was on cellular before. He's still not moving.
Audio1's eyes light up when he saw the Ninja Turtle record, and I was like,
Oh, that's awesome.
offer him something for that.
Clearly needs more turtle power. All right, Nick, talk to me, and I think you have a great
Yeah, same
idea of how to
question.
handle this.
Yeah.
Same
So
question for you.
you actually, the second part of your question was something I hadn't thought of, and that's an important part. You asked about will we have the time to, and I'll have to make the time to, but it definitely won't be on Fridays or Saturdays, which is when I'll be gigging. You know,
Right.
you all can't see it here or on my streams, but I have built like some serious shit for my streaming. I have my whole little home booth for my texts. I built this little column for all my streaming stuff. So you bet your ass I'm fucking streaming when this shit's over with. But it's
You're gonna
most
break
likely.
the record for most
It's
curses
most
on
likely.
one of my streams. by the way.
Listen, you told me before we started we could drink and we can curse.
We can.
So
The more tequila this guy has, the more cursing happens.
no. I'm just trying to keep it real. That's all. But yeah, I definitely
Watching anyway. Don't worry.
plan to keep streaming. For me, it's probably going to be more of like, oh, can we come to one of your weddings? And I'll be like, no, but here's a link. Hop on in 10 minutes, and you can watch a quick 15-minute set of whatever you guys want.
All right, think about this. This is an idea that I have, right? That makes, I think, a lot of sense for how this plays out for club DJs and especially mobile DJs, right? Especially in this world that we're living in now, where things could be different next year, right? How much money, Nick, have you spent on attending a bridal expo?
Very, very little. In the course of my entire career, maybe $5,000.
Okay, so let's say you've done a lot of them, right? And do you find them to be effective?
No,
because why? There's not a lot of performance going on, right?
right.
And it's
The ones that are the ones
other people there.
ones that I'll go to, I'll ask to be the exclusive DJ.
Right.
A lot of bridal expos will choose one DJ. They'll be able to play music, and those are the ones that I'll really go to. Ones that I'm sitting there with 9 other people, and people's first question for me is, "What do you cost?" All they care about is getting the cheapest rate. So I don't do many expos, man.
For me, I see the live stream turning into a virtual wedding expo for clients that you have on the hook, that you have an opportunity to actually do a performance for them a mock performance or a mock wedding, essentially, or a mock whatever in front of, 4, 5, 6 brides, potential brides and groom that you might want to do a wedding for. So for me, I think this is a phenomenal tool for marketing and, getting those leads, and then actually giving the client an opportunity for them to see you in action, like you said earlier. So for me, I would be doing these on a Wednesday or something like that, and I'd get at 9 o'clock or whatever. I'd get myself set up. I'd have John and Judy and Taylor and Bill and whoever watching, and I would essentially do a mock wedding for them. And I could see that being so effective for people after this all ends and we're back to working normally again, instead of just going out there and DJing, just to DJ, using it as a promotional tool and, like I said, like a virtual wedding show, so to speak. So what do you guys think about that?
I think you should patent that idea and make that happen, Justin. You should host the first virtual expo if there haven't been any yet. But yeah, that's a great idea for sure,
like
man.
I said, I got a lot of stuff up my sleeve.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff up my sleeve. But what do you think, Rhiannon?
Funny. It's not totally out of left field, but so before the pandemic, like this is like last year sometime, through BPM Supreme, I was introduced to I think it's holocryptic. It's like a holographic DJ. Okay. Yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like the timing didn't work out for me to film with them. And this actually reminds me that I should follow up, but basically if this had to happen, I'd go to their studio in Vegas and I would film say 3 sets, like 3 1-hour sets or something. And then they have the technology to basically turn that set into a hologram. And so I could be playing in all these different clubs all over the world, but I wouldn't actually be there physically, which is super trippy. And the thing is, so that kind of solves, like the part of the DJ, but the question is like, it doesn't solve, like people would still be gathering to see like a hologram version of me DJing. So the question is like, are people going to be gathering like they used to? And I mean, I feel like it's unknown, and
we're going to be gathering. We're going to be gathering 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean,
in the middle of November, everything will be good.
Yeah. But I feel like there's always going to be a place, like everyone said, there's going to be a place for like the live streaming, because we've set it up now and everyone loves it, And now, I mean, you've like anyone that's been live streaming, this has given me access to play for my fans in Australia. You know what I mean? And if I were to just be like, oh, gigs are back, peace. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to give something back to them I may never get to play in front of them in Australia, but hey, if I live stream, they can experience it.
That's what's so cool about it, right? You really have a worldwide audience and the potential. I have a buddy that is very regular on Twitch, and a lot of his followers, a lot of people watching him are in Europe and in, like you said, Australia, not in the United States. And he's actually doing very well, making like hundreds of dollars per stream on tips, just because these people love to see him. So it's definitely pretty crazy, the reach that you now have with these streams. Got some really great comments here, and this one's going out to you, Alex. Preach, Audio1. In the balance of commerce and art, lean on the art right now. Good DJing is important again. DJing for people who don't care is obsolete right now. Here's another question from Chuck Leonard. Have any of you guys done the Mixcloud streaming, where they actually have a platform where they have, you have to pay for it, but they have they have the rights available where you can actually stream, not get cut off. Have any of you guys done anything with Mixcloud as far as live streaming? Yeah?
Yep.
How's it gone?
I didn't like it. I'm pro Twitch.
You can watch it for free though, right?
Yeah, there's no. I don't think they have the access on the app yet, and that was the biggest complaint people had. That you have to actually log into Mixcloud.com on the actual website, and when most people would rather just look at it on their phone. But I think they're gonna bring that in the future. But I'd be lying if I'm saying I'm pro Twitch pretty much at this point. So, yeah.
We got a Sakura Ryoko, a Rhiannon Roze fan. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Sleaze Dup TV, financial stability enables love 100%. And I was right, Rhiannon. Charlene is a fan of yours, a fan girl. I don't know what that means, but she's a fan of yours.
There's a lot of fans.
Eric, this is probably going to you, Nick. Failed to plan, plan to fail.
That's right.
916 Jungles likes your advice, Nick. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace, peace.
Another fan of Rhiannon's, Leanne Watkinson. It's funny that I told you, I know everybody that I'm friends with on these social media channels. If I see a name I don't know, I know it's not one of my people. I know you guys all shared this out, so thank you. Oh, God. Look who's back. Get him out of here. Are you with us or what? What's happening? No, he's not. It's like, ever like watch listen to Howard Stern, and like he'll pick up a caller and they'll be like sleeping, and they'll just keep going back to the guy or girl or whatever, and you'll hear them snoring or whatever. Like that's what I feel like's happening right now. Anyway, here's a good question. Bill S. The Ranger fan. How about streaming with both DJ and video? So I have seen this where, I've seen some people that have put a TV behind them and actually are helping to promote local businesses, restaurants. I've seen actually restaurants that were only doing takeout that would bring a DJ in to help promote their business out there and have something going on for when people came to do their pickup or whatever was going on at the time. So there's
a lot of DJs that are taking, there's a lot of DJs out there that are taking advantage of like video DJing and visuals. That's where OBS and the talk you're gonna have next week with Darth Vader, where they're taking advantage of all the visuals and stuff. One of my partner on Twitch, his name is DJ Fly. He's from Pennsylvania. His streams, he actually mixes both videos, and so he does a mixture of him on the screen and when he has songs that have videos. So it's just kind of a, like real life and then videos as well. So jump into a Redman, Method Man video and then a Sean Paul, J-Lo video and then back to him and different visuals. It's pretty neat. You know what I mean? The sky's the limit as far as creativity is concerned. And we're barely scraping the surface on, on this right now. Like I literally just installed OBS this week. I haven't been using OBS at all, so I'm definitely going to be paying attention to that going forward. So
I could not wrap my brain around OBS. That's why I'm using StreamYard, and even when I do my live sets, I use StreamYard, and I just set up all the other cameras and I have like 3 computers that I'll use, and I have like an overhead here, and it kind of looks the same way, but it's more cookie cutter. It's not as customizable as OBS is. So we've got a lot of comments. Let's see here. Talk to these people. Here's a good one. El Jefe Reviews.
That's my
Streaming
brother. That's my brother in real life.
Yeah? Oh,
yeah. Right. I'll tell you about him. He is a major tech YouTuber. He has almost 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's the reason why I've actually been like making these moves visually, just because he's the man and he works. Well,
make sure you check out El Jefe Reviews on YouTube, right?
Definitely.
We're promoting everybody in your family today. What about any sisters? Anybody else that we want to?
Just me and him, man. We're building the empire. Just the two of us.
But streaming has created access to and engagement with DJs that wasn't there before. The smart ones won't abandon the communities they've worked so hard to build, just like you just said. And it makes so much sense. And it really comes down to what I've heard Nick say, what I've heard my friend Chana say: invest in your stream. If you don't invest in it, how can you expect anyone to invest in you in watching it, right?
Right.
It's like the same, what you put in is what you get out. So Sleazed Up TV, one more. It's literally your interpretation of art, the way you wish your consumer to experience. There's nothing wrong with only having tables and a talent, but it's just that is keeping us going right now. It definitely is only the beginning for this medium. And I totally agree with that, that it definitely awakened. I feel bad for the gamers because, we DJs have been there for a while, but they stampeded in around April. But I think that's pretty funny. But listen, did everybody answer that last question? I think so, right?
Yeah, I think you got us all.
So this kind of brings us to the end, guys. I'm kind of sad, but I want to say thank you, especially to our audience. First of all, we're not here if it's not for them actually watching. I can't even believe I can get people to watch us. This is crazy. Probably because you guys shared it. That's probably the only reason. But Rhiannon, Audio1, Nick. I like your name with just a C, bro.
Whatever you want, bro. You can spell it however you want.
That's what I would have done. I would have been, if I was a DJ Nic Colletto, I would drop the K.
So when I did more clubs, I was Nick at Night, NIC @NITE. I sent you that logo. Peep that logo. That's a cool logo.
Because that's your entertainment company name. But
yeah, the company's NIC Entertainment. But
I love it.
So otherwise, clubs is Nick at Night.
Listen, I really appreciate your time. I know I pay really well, so I know that's part of the reason why you guys came on. It's
all for the love, Justin, man. Thank you for having us, brother.
And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate the support and how grateful I am that you guys came on tonight with us and shared so much great information tonight. I really hope that everyone watching picked something up, some sort of nugget that they can bring back to their stream and make it better, improve it. Or if they were afraid and they haven't jumped in yet, try it out. See what happens. It doesn't hurt. Again, that first time you stream, you're not going to have a huge crowd unless you're Rhiannon Roze, of course. But I just enjoyed it. It was like, for me, I've only done 2, but it was like preparing for a club gig. It really was. I treated it the same way. I got my music ready. Like it was fun. It really was. And I got excited that day. And then I drank vodka and then I was passed out by 4, but it happens.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. And we're going to go in order here. So Rhiannon, any final words? Anything you want to say as we are about to sign off here?
Just
another record.
Look for the love. That's what, with anything. Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
3 words. Utilize your time. Utilize your time.
Yes.
You're not going to have time like you are any time in the future like you do right now. So it's not about how can I find the time, this, that, and the third. You got to get there. You got to do it, man. Make it happen.
What about you, Alex?
Just play from your heart, man, and treat everybody as, they've been part of the family since day one, even the new people. So definitely bring everybody into your family, man. Everyone in your stream is part of your clan. So definitely treat them as such.
I got one last question, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, because for me, it's been really, I've actually really enjoyed some of the time off, believe it or not. So I know it's been difficult, and let's take money out of the equation because I know we're all, dependent on the financials of working as a DJ, but let's accentuate the positive. So what's one thing that you've been able to do that you were never able to do when you were gigging all the time, Rhiannon?
Honestly, the focus on music production has been huge. I don't, at first it was I'm stuck at home, what? And now I'm like, this is awesome. Because I could just get up every day and do exactly what I want to do. So, and I was like, why wasn't I doing this before? But, we get pulled in all these different directions, but it's this focus time. It's pretty cool.
Nick, you awake over there?
I'm awake, brother. I'm looking at my chat over here. Yo, come on, man. I can handle my tequila if that's what you're getting at.
Your tequila? What?
Unlike your vodka. Come on, bro.
Dude, I drink vodka straight, brother.
I stay away. I stay clear from vodka, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I love it. What has been the thing that you've enjoyed the most not having to work every weekend, and what's been the one most positive thing that you've
Listen, I finally get to practice without worrying about photo booth artwork or lighting programming or titanium powder for sparklers or any of my production stuff, my bride's to-do list or anything like that. I finally get to just plug in, interact with my fans, my viewers, and practice. I never get to practice when I'm in season. So you guys were, you know, kicking this around earlier. It didn't quite make it over to me. I don't want to interrupt anybody, but I don't know if I've ever been this sharp in terms of coming up with a new playlist every week. Especially spinning open format. You know, I'm digging around, I'm watching people's sets, and I'm trying to find stuff that I've never heard before. And my library runs deep. Not to you know, pat myself on the back, but I love music. I always have. So practice, man. I've never had the time to practice like I do now, and I'm trying to make the most of it for sure.
I won't let Jason back in. He's very upset. He's very upset. His phone died, and every time I try to, I don't know what's going on. I see him, he pops in, and I can't get him on. So yeah, keep cursing, brother. Yeah. And oh yeah, guess what? He's going to be doing live streaming now. We got him.
There you go.
And we got another one. And I think after watching this, he wants to get back into live streaming. Time to talk to Mr. Darth Vader.
Yep, and he'll be on next week.
Yeah.
The mad Twitch scientist.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. So listen, thank you guys. Thank you to the audience for tuning in tonight. Again, thank you for everyone on YouTube, everyone on Twitch, everyone on Facebook, everybody watching this back on the replay, because this thing is going to be evergreen. And we're going to be, hopefully people will be tuning into this thing for years to come. And just want to say, again, thank you to you guys. Really enjoyed this. I think we had a great stream. And let's do this again sometime soon. You guys have an open door. Anything you ever want to promote, plug, whatever, reach out. And I am here to help you guys out, just as I am to all the DJs out there. And we are at the DJs Guru. Nick, thank you so much, my friend. Are you going to be all right, man? You got to call an Uber? Or
Show or something? What's going on? Come on, Justin.
If you didn't live so far, come on. I'd knock some shots back.
Luckily, I'm live from the living room right now, man. My bedroom is a couple steps away, so I'm good.
Right.
Justin, man, thank you for having us. Audio1, Rhiannon, thank you guys very much for having us. Guests, thank you guys. Awesome. Whatever night it is, Thursday night for sure.
My pleasure. Throwback Thursday. And thank you guys. Thanks, audience. We really appreciate it. We will see you next Friday, Gear Talk Fridays. I'm going to also have Techno Dad and Mr. Darth Vader on to do a real geeky OBS and Twitch stream. We're going to see everything he's doing on the back end. We're going to see their booths, their green screens, and their painted green garages and all this crazy stuff they have going on. It's going to be really cool. So next Friday, we'll be doing that, but I'll be 1 to 5 live. And if anybody needs me, info at the DJs Guru. Again, you can catch Rhiannon on Instagram at Rhiannon.Roze with a Z, and that's RHI, as you can see there. You can catch DJ Audio1 at DJ Audio1 on Instagram, and Mr. Nic Colletto, NIC_ENT on Instagram. Make sure you follow these guys, check them out. They certainly have a lot of knowledge and a lot of stuff going on. So definitely worth a while to support them. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks on our next live stream. And I'll see you next Friday for my Gear Talk Friday. So thank you guys again, and we'll see everyone soon. Later.
Bye.